Hello. Okay, welcome back for some more Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel. It's been a little bit, but let's continue where we left off in here. I mean, I believe we still have. Man, I don't even remember what we did last time. I don't know. No, I think we still have one more thing. We're going to go back. There was a little commotion in the square or whatever. That's what it was. So let's go check, see what this commotion is about. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I'm assuming they're arguing about whose spot it is to sell stuff in the market here. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it. So stop lying to me and vamoose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. You know, I think sometimes every now and then stuff like this does kind of happen where, you know, things get double booked, you know? So every now and then it's like, oh shit, someone wasn't keeping track. They sold it, you know, the permit for it, and then they forgot they did it. Like, they didn't keep tabs on it, and then they ended up selling it again. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local. Well, that merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So, they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Oh, so the Kelder, that would be. Ah! Uh-oh, they're getting physical. This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourself. You've been working into a rage. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. That's a mature discussion? Getting physical is a mature discussion? I don't know about that. I would not consider that a mature discussion. Since when is grabbing a person by the neck has been considered mature? That's right, Elliot. It's like, what the fuck? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? Act like damn adults? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? So they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Adios's name is happening here? Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what happened. Yeah. And bolt permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? It's probably just a misunderstanding and someone made a mistake. Things like this do happen. Mistakes are made. Whoever did it is probably human after all. Humans make mistakes. Sometimes when you lose track of something, or you forget to do something, or you never know, maybe it was done on purpose. Sometimes that happens too. People like to cause issues. I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Uh, okay. I guess.
Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything is going to be fine now, though.
Yeah, I guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Though, I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about.
Oh,
How do you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Keldix Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'll be so kind to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. He's gonna give us some tea, man. I wonder what he wants to discuss. So, you're responsible for choosing our assignments. Indeed. Principal Vadyak is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that might be able to complete.
well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well.
Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did.
So, both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market?
That's right. Both of the permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we've reserved is near the back of the market, however, so whomever regulated there will likely see far lower sales numbers.
That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For mistakes such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions.
Well, that's true. It's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could rather suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, the responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household.
The Duke?
The Creuzen province is ruled by Duke Barre, one of the four most powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated.
Complicated?
A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly. And with a large percentage of their profits being taken from them, merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace.
I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. Never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase?
Of course, I've even gone to Barrehard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate, without listening to a word I have to say. That is one of the sucky things about, well, monarchy-like side ruling type of situations, which I guess I don't know if it would say this is really, ruled by a king and stuff like that, but, there's ruling lords pretty much when you think about it. And they kind of control a territory. And then I guess someone else above them probably controls everything else, like a country. like ruling. They're kind of like your mayor, if you want. Well, I guess they wouldn't be mayor because they're more of, I guess, someone who's like kind of like in charge of a state. Because their mayor would be more like him. Well, I don't know about him. He's the market manager. He wouldn't be the mayor of the city. Whoever's in charge of the city, I guess. It would be different. It would be a different position, I guess. I don't know what he would call it. But those types of systems, they can be up for corruption. Those at the top, you know, they got basically total power. Easily corruptible when you got 100% power, pretty much. You can basically do whatever the hell you want. Because you got control of everything. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with permits may be more than just an accident. Hey, I did mention that. I mentioned that. Then it might have been on purpose. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market? Or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I thought the same thing. You know, the possibility that someone did it on purpose. Someone did it on purpose to cause issues. I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions. But I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So, mediating arguments which threaten the status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourself with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So, you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then? That's right. I got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or, at least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. More tasks. We're going to be here another day? Okay. I don't even know what the hell I got to do at the moment. I mean, we don't have tasks at the moment. We completed them all. Okay. I'm unsure of what our actual objective here is. What's up here? There's a bed. This must be his house? Alright, let's go out the front door. I guess we can go back to that one place. Maybe that's what we gotta do. It kind of just threw me out here. It's like, hey, we're gonna throw you back out here. Now what's your objective? I don't know. Looks like that's what we're supposed to do, go out the door. Well, that all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and right to decide upon and collect taxes in the region they control. And as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace has to do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories. But harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Albarara. The current head is Uasis' dad, right? So, couldn't we ask Uasis some help here? I'm definitely probably butchering that guy's name. I totally forgot how it was pronounced. They did pronounce it in where the characters actually speak, and I've forgotten how it actually is pronounced. I doubt there's anything he could do among the nobility. Decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Elberiasis represent one of the four great houses, the old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the four great houses. Pretty much. I mean, they seem to rule each, like, territory, and then he rules everything else above it. So he rules everything. They basically just have control of each area. Which I think, can be problematic when you got, I don't know how much power those great houses have, but in my opinion, if I was the Emperor, I would be keeping an eye on those houses for the most part, because if you let one of them get too powerful, they might try to overthrow you. You might be... Because, they might want to gain power. It's one of the issues if they're too big. And there's only 4 of them. And I don't know how big their territory is. And if they're pretty big, they might probably have quite a bit of power, each one. Guess that's a no, then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Oh, is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. Sarah. Instructor Sarah. What brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done, as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parma is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You 4 are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Ah. Goodbye. Adios be with you. Adios be with you. That must be like their goddess or god. The name of it. They've probably mentioned it before. What it actually is. I'm assuming this is their goddess or god or whatever. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn, can't you read minds or something? I'd suggest we return to our room and rest for the night. In any case, we still have our report to write, and an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep at the dinner table, without even making it to my bed. Okay, looks like time to go back to the inn or whatever. Is that in front of us? That's on the map. There we go. Alright, where are we? There we are. The manager's house, and there's the inn. It has a quest marker too, so that is where we're supposed to go. So, that way. There it is. It's on the door on the house, in the building, whatever. Return to the inn for dinner, stay outside. What the hell are we going to do outside? Other than maybe possibly do a little bit of grinding or anything if we wanted to. We can go out to things, but I don't really feel like doing some grinding at the moment. So we'll return to the inn for dinner. I really haven't felt the need for grinding yet.
Ah, that was delicious.
Oh, we actually got voice acting for this one. This piece.
Those were some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from...
Oh, and Reen actually talks too. for some reason, a lot of the times, Reen, even during the regular conversations, where some of the other other major characters, I shouldn't really call them side characters, but other major characters. Because Reen, in a way, is the main character. He's kind of like our top protagonist of them all, pretty much, when you think about it. That's what I view him as, and what I feel that the game has basically put him up as. And the rest are, of course, they're major characters as well. They're your partners in combat, so they're pretty much major characters. They're the main characters as well. But he's the big top one. For some reason, I've noticed that they didn't voice him as much. I think I mentioned it in previous recordings. It's like, what did they try to do? Like, make it as just your voice? They've already voiced him, and this isn't from a first-person perspective. And it's not like I made the character or anything. I just found it kind of slacking.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Yes, what are they doing? Are they fighting?
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
They're probably arguing. They got the two dudes who really don't like each other that much.
That would certainly be a shock if they were.
I'm with you, Elliot. That would be quite surprising. Those are some huge-ass cups. I'm looking at it compared to their bodies, and those are big-ass cups.
Exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
No, there's probably a bigger reason, of course.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change?
Go with the flow. Remembering back, he is remembering back.
It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling in Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered
The
that.
reasons. I wonder what all the reasons are.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple.
Oh, they're gonna tell us.
I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or, rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day.
Alright, Laura.
What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
Yes, I would love to hear. What is Elisa's reasoning?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then.
Oh, Elliot?
See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to
I
do
think you
something
might have-
completely different.
I think you might have mentioned that before.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Ah, yes, he did. Yes, Reen. I remember him stating something before.
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen?
Yes, Reen.
You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Makes total sense.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So, you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yeah, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. So, look, tomorrow's probably going to be our last day? That's what it kind of giving the vibe of.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
No, you still got work to do still.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her. That's alright, man. There's no reason to. I mean, she seems exhausted at the moment. I doubt she has the energy to really get angry, but you never know. Where's Laura?
Reen?
There she is.
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering.
Oh?
Why have you chosen to hold back?
Holding back? I wonder what she's trying to imply. Combat? Is that what she's talking about? Like maybe Reen's actually stronger than what he's coming on to be?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
Oh, is that why you've probably watched his? I guess that makes sense as she does sword. She's pretty much a sword master as well. Someone who masters sword techniques and must know decent about different forms, and probably has noticed from watching him that his style is a certain style, and it should be stronger, probably stronger than what he's making it actually out to be. Is that what it is?
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training.
Oh.
In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest.
Oh.
I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations.
You never know. Maybe he cut you off for a reason. Maybe he felt you needed to experience something more, or something in that matter.
Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
Oh, they were listening in.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
Oh, so he has some secrets. I wonder what those are.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that, Elliot. I think she's gonna throw that off like, no, 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 no.
I was just trying to work out the best time
Yep.
to apologize, that's all.
I knew it. And then it's kind of like her character, you know, kind of like, no, no, I don't like her. I don't like him. I'm not paying attention to him. What are you talking about? I was just, you know, then she makes an excuse, you know. I think she kind of likes him.
It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
I don't think you're tricking Elliot at all.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, she has some secrets as well. Like, her name is one of them. Definitely, her name has something. For some reason, she won't let her last name be known. You are. I mean, if you don't want your last name being known, you're definitely hiding something. You don't want your whole entire identity being out there. There's something about your family name.
Yeah, I guess I have.
I wonder what that secret is. Hopefully we figure it out at some point.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Oh, thank you.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Oh, yes, awards.
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday. Drinks are on me. Someday. When you're old enough. Yeah, if you remember. Field Study Day 2. I wonder what objectives, missions, or quests, I should say, we have today. Here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thank you. Alright. What are our tasks? Oh, we only got 2. West Celtic Highway Monster and Lost Wallet. Oh wait, we got a ferocious monster. Monsters, Wardar. Stone bridge leading to Hermandel by the West Celtic Highway. And Lost Wallet. Okay, so we gotta find the owner of this wallet. Okay. Huh? Even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. You get those done quickly enough, you can have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Optional? Really? Hey, Laura, I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Huh? Reen? As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I wanted to apologize for making light of the Way of the Sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. To Master Cafe. To the school I follow. and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said, so I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Reen. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura? So, to our friends again then. Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I felt like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Oh, really? What? You did what now? It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Jeez, can't we just all forget about this and move on? Looks like the ground dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margaret, we've got trouble. Big trouble. Oh no, trouble, big trouble. Slow down, Luis. It's first thing in the morning, and you're already poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Wait, where have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry. I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that. We have big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? I wonder what it is. What terrible thing has happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed, and all their merchandise was stolen. I wonder if it was those 2 dudes who were arguing. This is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today. Which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Luis, let's get this place ready. You got it. I wonder what happened. As for you 4, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about, after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. What should we do? I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go and take a look. Alright, well, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. So, we're gonna go check out what's at the market. Yeah. Story event. I wonder if we can still just go do the side stuff and then the story. that one's a merchant. So we're gonna have to go there anyway for that one. Wait, where's west? Which one's west? There's west. Okay. Let's go check out the West Celtic Highway. Nope. Won't let us. It's gonna make us go do the story thing. Alright. Looks like those two dudes are arguing again. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Afraid so. I guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not going to get away with this! Oh no, not them. I knew it was those two arguing. It was probably those two. The manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Or maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry that we need right now. Would you mind? No, not at all. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna go break this up, maybe beat a couple of these, knock a couple teeth out. How dare you destroy my stall? You damn coward, I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Darlian snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Paying all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick! What do you say we settle this right here and now? Bring it on! Bring it on! Hold it! Club 7. You kids again. Keep your nose out of this. I'm gonna make a pay for smashing my stall! Smashing? Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't going to go away unless I do something! They took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods! And you're going to give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions! This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to the word we're saying. I'm getting into this. I love this. Grr, and angry, yelling at each other. Oh, what do we do? Stop this at once. Alright, who's this guy? Oh, soldiers. That's those guard. The provincial army. What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see... he's explaining what happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple, then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed. 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. Two merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair. Do you not think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The Provincial Army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. What? I'm not an unreasonable man? Cease your dispute, and you will be left alone. Continue, and you come with us. The choice is yours. Actually, that is quite simple, and is quite a simple request. It's basically, stop your arguing, you guys. Just shut the hell up. Stop causing a commotion, and you're free to go. But if you want to continue this, we're going to take you both away. So, either you both just go off freely and just shut the hell up and stop arguing and yelling at each other and go on your ways, or go with them. I guess that is it. I guess that is it. I mean, they want it simple. They pretty much do want to just sweep it under the rug, Elisa. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened. To sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. I wonder if they did it. They just came in here and smashed everything up and all that other shit like that. I mean, they did. I think this is a group they were talking about that, you know, they're part of the guardhouse. That, you know, the higher taxes thing, and them wanting it. This is a way of them trying to, like, in a way, force them to try to do stuff what they want. Like, we're just going to cause trouble here if you don't, you know, do what our leaders want you to do. Ugh. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those two from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. That is pretty much true. I don't think they wanted to deal with the problem. In fact, they might just be involved with the problem. You never know. That isn't right. I see now how the Provincial Army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the two of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use the time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. Can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? No, we helped out as well. Thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business day without incident. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. Merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchants in this town are quite grave indeed. The Provincial Army may have intervened, but it's difficult to begin to believe they'd make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. Can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. And that's what I was thinking, you know, they're not going to do shit. In fact, they might be the ones involved in it. You never know. It's a way of, causing issues and making it to, hey, we just start arresting you guys and throwing you all in freaking jail. So you're all in jail! And then, it's a way of trying to force them just accept that tax and everything will go back to normal.
Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on.
No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what.
Is something wrong, Rain? You're awfully quiet.
Are you feeling unwell?
Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator for destroying the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students. You have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to just go unchallenged. It's the Provincial Army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here. And that reflects poorly on us all.
Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this?
I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks.
She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least, it does to me.
Oh. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all.
Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try.
Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can.
Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So, if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us.
Thank you, sir.
We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Vadyak in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I would probably need to be more careful than anyone else here.
Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, well, let's get this investigation started.
I plan on doing the little side quest first, to tell you the truth. I kind of want to save the main quest for last and do those 2 side quests that we're given. They did say it was optional, but I want to do them. So, first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those 2 merchants before anything else.
Indeed, I anticipate they're calmed down themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to associate their innocence of or guilt in the matter as well.
Ascertain. I don't know what I said there, but I know I didn't say ascertain. That's what it was supposed to say. Ascertain.
We'll need to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train towards Himendar, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done.
In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's us every minute we can to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Right. Is there really a timer? I don't see no timer. Okay. I was gonna be like, is there really a timer, or is it just they saying that for the game? 'Cause I don't really like timers. I find timers annoying in games, where it's like, you got so much time to do this. I don't like the pressure. I like to take my time on things. I don't find that stuff that fun. Oh, let's go talk to this person. This person is the one with the lost wallet. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thor's who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course. I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like you to ask all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Sure, we can do that. Yes, we'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. Lost wallet. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assume that you've already inspected the contents. I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. What exactly was inside it anyway? Well, naturally there was Mira in it. I couldn't believe just how much was in there, though. The only thing was a train ticket to Hemmerglar that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveler, then. There's not much we can do with that as our only lead, though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask at the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it. Which means they might have already been into the station themselves to ask for it. Let's head over there to the station then. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting on you for this. Okay, so we'll go to the station then. That seems to be what our objective is at the moment. Go to station! Where's the station? Map always confuses me. Sometimes I get confused on what direction I'm facing. Okay, let's go to train station. This one seems to be a pretty simple one. After entering the train station. Okay. Yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seemed to match the description we received, too. Can I ask what the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came along in a panic, claiming she was in a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seems to have been traveling alone, too. I get why she would be in a panic then. Did she say anything else that would lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check. If I recall correctly. It's the weather cook right down the street. You can't miss it. How convenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Right. Let's go ask Margaret. So that's our next target. Margaret. Which I think is right here. Okay. This is one of those simple, like, kind of fetch quest type of things. I guess it's not really fetch quest, it's a delivery quest. Just gonna have us running around everywhere. Hey there, is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Alright, explain the situation, yada yada. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. Well, that's unfortunate. But we have a name now, at least. That makes life a lot easier. True. All that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned that she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will. Let's go. Alright, let's go running around, running around, running around. Running around? That was kind of weird. I don't know how the sound turned out for that piece right there. I don't know if it was weird. My sound bars were frozen in place for a second during that loading screen, for whatever reason. So I have no idea if something weird happened there. Okay, where's the rest area? Is there a rest area here? Oh, it's right over there. Back part. Is that the girl? That's a dude. Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for a wallet, would you? She was indeed here for a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went, then? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on adios now, though. Does that help you out at all? So, I think there's only one place that could be. That church place? There's a church place here, right? Yep, the church. Shall we make our way to the church then? Yeah, that seems like our best bet for now. So, she went to go pray and be like, no, oh, adios, our great God, I lost my wallet, return it to me now. Over there, okay. Ah, there's the lady. Hi. Oh, adios. Please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my meal in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroine act made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any. Please, calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? Annabelle. I am. Thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? I showed Annabella the wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see. Thank you so much! Oh, I'm saved! I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me. However, kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here, if you'd like. I don't think we can accept that. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet search began. The Great Wallet search began, oh. In Picard's plush. Okay. I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you'll find it useful. Oh, thank you. We gratefully accept that. You are very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. Today I feel like a great day to make voices. So, you managed to find the owner after all then. Thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us, then. We completed the quest. The quest has been completed. Let's go equip our new little item to ourselves. I don't even know what the item does. What's it do? 100 HP? Does that mean... wait, 100 HP... What's the defense supposed to be? I don't understand the defense number. Oh wait, defense is 5 right there. I see it. Alright, so it's a doll. It's a doll. It's a doll. Well... See, Proxit Puppet is a consumable, actually. Well, yeah, it's consumable. Breaks. It says after the revival, so hers isn't a permanent one. I'm actually think I'm gonna put it on Elisa. I'm gonna get rid of that because that will raise her HP up, and then we'll give her, her the revival one. Okay, now we gotta go to the west. We'll be going to our right then. The west, and we'll fight the monster. I'm feeling in a perfect mood to make voices for characters today. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Okay. Not sure I understand. So it's not gonna let us out? Do we have to do the main story? Is that what? I guess it's gonna make us do main story. Alright, I guess main story then. I was hoping to do the side quest, but it's not gonna let us do side quest at the moment. Or I guess we'll continue main story. I was hoping to just do the side quest shit. Get the side quests done, you know. And then... They don't have the main story. Well, the main story's right here. Never mind. Alright, what do we got? Thief at the Grand Market is the main story. I don't like the red writing. I'm not a fan of the red writing on the white background. I guess it's more of a grayish white background, but still. Not a huge fan of it. Maybe if it was a darker red, it wasn't as bright, I would like it a little bit. Maybe it's my TV setting. Maybe it's too bright. Maybe I gotta adjust that. Well, let's just talk to these guys then. That's what it seems like. We won't let us go until we search around, I guess. Oh, to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me. You. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So, what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually... You are investigating? That's right. We'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You are students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So, by morning the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I had a sample with me, actually. An accessory? Is that a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately. Yeah, I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think of just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward sabotaging my business.
It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? Culpability? I've never heard someone say that before. Culpability. That's the first time I think I've ever heard anyone ever use that word. Culpability. No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give my goods back, no matter what it takes. Please try to stay calm. You do know that in your cause any more trouble, the Principal Army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please give my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. Okay, I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Okay, question the other merchant. Other merchant, here we come. We're coming to talk to you. Where you are, there you are. Hi, other merchant. Marco? What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? I like making this guy seem like some angry dude. You're those kids from the military academy, right? What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the Principal Army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see? You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So, would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? And not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. He's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So, about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with the merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. He just got pissed drunk and ran at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I'm wandering over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall, in shambles. As it weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right. Nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life. I'm made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to the fool's stall to make him pay for it. That's when I got angry and I turned into a beast. I went Hulk on him. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. That doesn't make any sense. I kind of agree with that. That one does not make any sense. I mean, wouldn't you still be switching? I mean, it's just you guys wouldn't have a second stall. I think the only reason they let you have that other stall is because they probably had an extra stall. And they're like, you know what? How about we just, come to an agreement where you split that stall that's in a great position in the very front of the market where everyone enters and everyone can see it.
and then you guys just go back and forth, and the other one you get the bad one from 1 week, and then you get the good one, then you get the bad one, then you get the good one. Now it's 1 week you get the good one, the other week you get nothing. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know. That seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. Well, I understand your frustration. Baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut down shop for good. That is bad. And if I could at least get my goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat. But what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army here ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, and this is how the dreams end for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you. But we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. We didn't really get any info out of those fuckers. That's all the two victims in this crime have to say, it seems. What does everyone think? I can't be sure, but really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stalls, but the chance of both committing the same crime at the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. And I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? Thinking. Oh. Getting a little frustrated right there. It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? Well, we can talk to his friend, maybe get some other stuff. The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe, if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about. I'm thinking the army, I don't know why. But why would we be talking about the merchant manager and his wife? For some reason, I think it's the army. I don't know why it would be the other merchants. I'm gonna pick the army because I don't know what the market manager and the wife deal in this whole situation would be involved in with that. This one, the second one here, makes zero sense on why I would even choose that. The merchants in the market? Okay, I don't understand that. This is the only one that seems weird, is the army. When they came in, they just basically threw it under the rug type of idea. The provincial army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime, despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Yeah, that is a good question. Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to find something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here, right, either. Let's head on over and see what we can do to find out. AP increased by 1. So we got the guardhouse. Where's the guardhouse again? Oh, it's right there. So we can search around the guardhouse. I wonder if it'll let us go in the west. I'm actually thinking of cutting it off right here. We can do the guardhouse and all that other stuff in our next recording, actually. I was hoping to actually get a little bit of combat going here, but, you know, I guess not in this one. Mainly just story stuff. That's basically all we did in this one. Some story stuff, and we did finish one little quest and started on our little second one. I guess we did start the beginning of the, yeah. But I enjoyed, I felt up to her making little voices this time. I guess it was just the mood I'm in. I was in a perfectly good enough mood to make some voices. And joke about this shit. Well guys, I want to thank you for watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I am wondering on who the culprit is, who did this crime. Is it, you know, I did come to the conclusion early, thinking, hey, maybe it's these fuckers. You know, the army guys themselves. But you never know. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's the one I would never think it would be, the market manager and his wife that they brought up there. I don't know why it would be them, but you never know. Well guys, I want to thank you for watching. You all have a great day.